Good morning, YouTube. My name's Emery, and we're in the middle of the summer growing some cotton here. And I just got back from the mountains yesterday. We had a nice trip to Red River, New Mexico. I know for some of you that may not qualify as mountains because it's not, Colorado or a bit further. But it was, man, the weather was awesome. Highs in the like the 60s, upper 60s, to lower 70s, somewhere in there. Cool, right on the river. We love that town. And I know there's other places, but we love that one. So back to reality, 100 degree plus here for how long, the foreseeable future. We did have some chances of rain while I was gone. Mostly missed those. Had one farm got a half an inch and another farm got a 1/10. Everything else, we just missed it. So we're still looking okay. I'm here, I'm just driving around checking on stuff. It's amazing when you step away for just a few days, stuff looks bigger. Like I look at it every day, I don't really necessarily notice the growth, but stuff looks good. I do have some aphids, some shiny leaves in here. I hadn't actually been here in a while. I hadn't seen this myself, so it's pretty rough on the aphids here. Hoping I'd see some, there's those little white things I think are beneficial. So, man, sure like to see, there we go, some ladybugs and such. So this shiny is honeydew from the aphids, which I don't necessarily like to see. It's not, I get off the end of the road, it's not as bad here, so that's a good sign. That's what I've seen so far. We got grasshoppers. When the cotton's this big, they're gonna do some damage, but nothing crazy. And then we have aphids. They're worse down there, it looks like so far. I've got it kind of throughout, but is it worth the spray at the price of cotton? If it doesn't rain again, it won't. If it does come rain again, then maybe it would have. You spend the money to spray the chemical that kills those, but not the good bugs. That's pretty expensive. You can spray the cheaper stuff that'll kill all your beneficials too. Tend to try to just kind of let nature take care of itself. Hopefully the beneficials will catch up to that. But we do have some squares somewhere. If I can open this up, that little thing will bloom and then turn into a cotton boll. So we're seeing those. Should see some blooms coming very soon. So pleased with how the cotton looks. Wish I was still in New Mexico, but back to reality. So I'm gonna things on my radar. Keep cultivating cotton, just kind of slowly knocking that out. I'm gonna go back to the barn right now and unhook the 8130 from the sprayer. I believe it needs some service done on it. Both tractors do. 8260 can wait till after I finish cultivating the cotton, but 8130 needs the final drive oil change on both the front end, and then the front differential, or the front front differential needs to have its oil changed, and coolant needs to be changed on the 8130. 8260 needs coolant change also. It needs a fan drive service. I'm going to replace belt tensioner on the fan, the air conditioner, and probably that belt. I think I decided to go ahead and do that. And I think that's it on that one. So it seems like now's a good time to go ahead and get the 8130 unhooked. Since it didn't rain, I shouldn't need to spray. I mean, there's always going to be stuff to spray. I got that Johnson grass that I can't kill. I may try to have to hit it with something soon, but get that unhooked. I think I'm going to hook the 8130 to the disc and plow my turn rows. It's not just for looks, although it does look better. Clean up some of the rough ends, but also I've got some weeds encroaching, like Johnson grass, that the ditches still haven't been mowed yet, and I may need to go and mow them myself, and then also plow to try to get some of those weeds. So that's what I'm looking at. See what I can get done in the mornings, mostly because it gets so stinking hot in the afternoons. Well, I guess I put this off long enough. I need to clean this area up because this is where I'll pull the tractor in to do the service, so I might as well clean some. Not perfect, but a whole heck of a lot better. That little push thing is pretty handy. It's dusty. It doesn't do a great job at picking up like bigger things. Like I have these D-rings off a tarp that are floating around. It doesn't pick those up. Some zip tie pieces, it sometimes picks those up, but sometimes they also kind of make the thing kind of lock down. And the wheat, it does okay. It picks up a lot of it, but not that that's heavy, but it's just I think it rolls and doesn't get kind of pushed up into the basket. But a lot handier than having to push broom that section. So all right, I'm gonna move the skid steer up inside of there, unhook the tractor, and then I think I should be able to fit it in right in there. Whew, it's hot today, boys. Forget to put your pin back in. It'll make you mad if you lose that. Okay. Tractor's in. I have debated on putting the flipping it around, putting the front here. I don't know if it matters, but so what I got to do next is this is the drain and the oil level for the final drives. So I need to I have to jack this side up and have the tractor on, because while the tractor's off, this will not spin freely. So turn it on, make sure MFWD is turned off, turn it to where this is at the very bottom, and then I gotta do the same thing on the other side, and that will let me drain those out. So that's one thing I gotta do. And then this front differential, there's a drain plug right underneath there, and that's pretty easy. Just pop it down, let that drain out, and then that's hydraulic oil in here. This is gear oil in here. Gotta keep those two things separate. So that's it. And then coolant. I may just do the oils up front first, so I'm not doing too many fluids all at once in the same area. I love this thing. Who knew this existed all these years? Okay, so I'm free. Let's see how that's locked. So when the tractor's turned off, it's locked in this front wheel drive, manual assist, whatever I'm trying to say. It's locked, so I gotta go turn the tractor on, and that will release that, and I can spin it. Side. I got that side to the bottom. I'm gonna leave this jack here on this side, because once I get these drained, I'll have to do the same thing again to turn them sideways. So first I'm gonna clean some stuff off. This is the fill port for the front. And that right there is a breather. Can't remember if I gotta take that off or not. I'll have to ask Dad. And then my level fill is right there. I'll fill it till it starts coming out of that port there. So this gear oil is sticky, nasty stuff, and you can see that this fill hole, or this drain hole, is really close to this hub, I guess you'd call it. And so what happens, it drains out really slow. It's hard to get, I get something underneath there to try to keep it, because it'll just leak around here and then it'll just stay wet all the time, and you'll think you've got a leak. Well, it's just remnants from that leaking. So anyways, I'll kind of build a ramp here with some cardboard to drain something or another over here. So, all right, here's what I come up with. I mean, if that's not going to work, I don't know what's going to. I don't know. We've had different configurations of this. Last year, Dad, he had the painter's tape that had the plastic attached to it. That worked pretty good. I didn't have any of that, so I'm kind of modeling it off of that. So I think this will work. I hope this will work. I just have a little bit of cardboard in here loose that hopefully will kind of provide some rigidity, so that this will keep flowing and not pool somewhere. Because I'll have to let this drain and then come back later, because it drains really slow. So, moment of truth, I guess. Okay. Let's see what happens here. Hopefully it drips straight down. That's the goal. Well, seems to be working. It's still going to get in this crack. There's nothing I can do. I can't get tape perfectly in there, so. Good deal. I'm pleased with that. Look over this O-ring. Make sure it doesn't look damaged for any reason. I need to replace it. I'm not saying I need to replace it. I need to look closer. Well, that seems to be working. I'm going to go get the other side set up and do the same. This one's still going good. I had to change the buckets. The bucket I had a hole in it, of course. Otherwise, it was doing really good. All right, I got this one rigged up and ready. See if we can't do the same thing. Perfect. Man, I can't be perfect. It's leaking. There's a spacer right there. Anyways, that's frustrating. Try to be clean. Can't get it all. What do I need to put there? Probably some more of this. This stuff. Might be the easiest thing just to put a bunch there to catch it all, I guess. Well. Oh, and it got on my jack too. Jacked it up. All right, now this differential should be 5 gallons. Let me get my cart. Like I was saying, this is supposed to be 5 gallons that come out of here. And these thingamajigs, these jugs are also 5 gallons. I better just have 2 just in case. Question is, can I spin this by hand now? Okay, now can I spin this and not get my hand covered in oil? I think the answer is no. I think I'm going to do is go ahead and change this, so maybe the rest of it will fit in that jug. Back from lunch now. Everything's done draining, except at least the stuff I undid. So I'm going to go ahead and put the plugs back in. At least put the plug in on the differential. That one's going to be easiest to fill. This one I'm going to have to turn it 90 degrees so that this is now where I can read oil level. So over here, I guess. So I have to jack both sides up and do that. And then once I finish that, I'm going to drain the coolant. There's the engine block is right there. I'll put a 1/2-inch hose and that'll twist off and drain that. And then the radiator is under here. I took this shield off somewhere, I think like right here maybe. There's another shut off valve. And then get that drained. See if I got time to fill it up. There's the boys start school tomorrow, so there's big meet the teacher and meet the Bobcats and all the stuff tonight. So my time is a little bit limited, but I think I should have time to get all that done. Then I need to take off this breather as well and clean that all. That's the breather for this differential. So that's on the radar for now after lunch. Get off me. I know I didn't get all this. It leaked back there, obviously. Get off me. So it leaks back in here and then does that. So I'm gonna try to get some brake cleaner, spray back in there, put the cap on obviously so I don't get brake cleaner in there, but there's just gonna be oil in there, and so it's gonna spin and I'm gonna see that for a while. There's no great way to do that. We'll go ahead and put this plug in temporarily. Maybe that'll help some. I can't get my impact in here, so I gotta be like a savage here and use a primitive tool. May need my brake over. Somebody super strong did this last. Okay, Dad, proving a point. Golly. Holy moly. You got that one tight, Dad. Okay, that is my check port. Whole ring looks good there. There's my fill port. I still need to take off that breather. Gotta do that next. small. Smaller than half. Not much. 7/16. Maybe. I think 3/8 is too small. 7/16 it is. Just a little breather. Gonna go put some compressed air through that, I think. Pretty simple. I mean, I guess they're saying dirt's not gonna get up and inside, over underneath this cap and over and down, but I'm sure it does. Got some hydraulic oil here. Needs about 5 gallons, so I've got almost a full 5-gallon pail, plus a little bit of a 2.5. So we're gonna get this in and then go slower with the 2.5 so I can watch that overflow port. This front end, the 1500 MFWD, is isolated from the transmission. I think some front ends, maybe the ILS, runs from the same supply as the transmission. Oh, pouring out the top there. I wonder if I was pouring too fast or check it again. I bet it'll take some more. Dang. I wasn't even empty with that, and that wasn't a full 5, so I should have known better. I'm not able to get all of it out when you drain it. There's some low spots. So, all right, I'm gonna go get some oil dry. All right, so now I got my oil level where I can read it. So I'm gonna pour in, take right at a gallon. So it's a full gallon. Should be able to take most, if not all of them. I'll try to 0.9 is what the book says. So I don't know if I got all of it out, but we'll go slow. This is a 2-quart thingamajig, so we'll go slow on the 2nd quart. I do have gear oil. Ooh, it's hot. Wouldn't normally be working in the afternoon, but like this, but took some time off for vacation. Back to it today. There's no vent on this one, so I just gotta go slow the whole time. All right, I'm pretty close. It's kind of coming out, but I want to get a little bit more. Make sure I get up all up in there. I think I could probably handle a little bit more. I'm gonna go do the other side and maybe come back. I just don't want to make a huge mess. I am full on both sides with gear oil, I got the front differential full of hydraulic oil. I was going to drain the coolant. I was talking to Dad, and it's time to replace the water pump and the harmonic balancer on this tractor. So now's a good time to do that. He's gonna check those parts, and if they've got them at the at John Deere, I'll pick those up maybe tomorrow sometime and get those. Otherwise, if I change the coolant, I'd have to drain the coolant again to do the water pump. And so instead of having to drain it, keep it protected, put it back in, chance of stuff getting dirty, just go ahead and do that all at once, because I want to do stuff with this tractor, but I don't have to. If it's not gonna rain, I got time. I want to do plow turn rows, I told you, with this tractor, and so I can wait another day or so on that. So hopefully I get those parts and get that done, and then this tractor will be caught up on service, I think. Some of the most major ones for a while. Yeah, I got to get going pretty soon. I'm going to, let me show you one thing I'm going to do here. I'm not going to film it because, you know, it's hot, I'm tired, I got to go. But I didn't know I had a bad leak on one of these tires. Well, I've got a bad leak on that tire. So if I can get to it decent enough, I'm going to go ahead and jack that up and take that tire off. And if I go to John Deere tomorrow, I'll go ahead and drop that off and get a new tire mounted on that, because it's full of wheat. That tire's ruined anyways, so I'm not worried, but don't really want it sitting on the rim like it is right now. So I'm gonna do that. Then I'm gonna go home and take a shower, and I'm going to meet the Bobcats. So if you live in the area, you should come to Rule. It's a great place to be. Thanks for watching. Hopefully get some rain soon. If not, I'm gonna keep knocking out some of these small projects, cultivating some cotton, servicing equipment, and if you're gonna farm it.